Privyet! Welcome to Farming Simulator 25. Today I want to do a tour of a Russian map. I'll tell you all about this. We're going to go around the map. I'll also tell you why I'm doing a review of a Russian map. First, I'll show you some scenes from around the map while I talk, and then we'll drive around and check things out. So here are some of the points of interest around the map. Now, this map is not available on the Mod Hub, or to my knowledge, any English-speaking websites, unless they probably used it without permission, because it's a Russian map. So I'll talk later in the video about where you could get it or what like that if you're so inclined. It's obviously only for PC. It's called Donskoy Krai, which means the Don region. And I'll have this information in the description below, and I'll give you as much as I can here as well. The reason I'm playing here, well, I like Russian maps. I like the aesthetic and the feel and the look of the Russian maps. Also, this map is big and open, and I haven't found a map like that yet for FS25 that's good. I haven't. There's some cool-ish maps, but many have issues or whatnot. This is a Russian map. Russian mods, I think, you can kind of expect different standards of quality. At the high end, Russian mods are much higher than anything else. However, sometimes the standard is lower on some things, like, for instance, assets. Russian maps, more than anything, use more custom assets, as you're seeing right now touring around the map at the various points of interest. They have more custom assets they use that you won't see on any other maps. But sometimes those assets are dated slightly. Use your own judgment. I like the feel and the look of this map here. It's big. It's got big fields, which I like, and it's very open, as we're going to take a tour around the map. So, here in the Don region, I have been playing. This is my current game that I'm playing now. I haven't modified anything on the map, except I've placed some items around the farmyard, and I'll point that out. Other than that, it's what it is. When you start here in the Don region, you don't have any starting fleet. You do start off with land, which I will show you, but you don't start off with any vehicles. So any vehicles you see, I have purchased, and I am running several mods. I am running 90 some odd mods, 95. Yeah, I'm running 95 mods, and the map is running fine. I ran it first with no mods, like I always do, to make sure, and now I'm running 95, and it's running fine. So this tractor here, which I thought fits, it's a old Russian tractor, fits on the map just fine. Just letting you know that, yeah, you don't start off with any vehicles. No. So it's a Russian map. Not everything in it's in English. If it's a problem, it's a problem. If it's not, it's not. I'll show you what's what on the map and stuff like that. You start, actually, you spawn in at the store, I believe, if I recall. No, actually, no, I think you do spawn in your house. This is your house right here. I think this is where you initially spawn in. I could have done this on a fresh map, but I was just playing here. I just wanted to do the tour here. So you start here at your house. Your house is not built when you start. You have to build it. Which I thought, yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of cool. I did get the house built. I wanted to see what it looked like. So this is your yard, and I'll show you. Let's have a look at the map. All right, so here is the map of Donskoy Krai, the Don region. Again, I only know of one place to get it. There may be other websites that have it, but they would probably be using it without the author's permission. But I'll link you the place where I got it from. So I say that because in English it's the Don region. I'm not sure what name it would be under. I'll have both names. So to start off, the land you own is this right here. Here is where we're at. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Drat. There we go. So this is your house right here. There's a couple small little fields here. This is your farmyard. I really like the farmyard, and I will show you this again. Any vehicles you see there, I purchased for the farm. Not a big deal. I placed some clutter around just in the tractor yard. But the farmyard is really nice. It's very Russian style. Everything about this map is. And if you're not familiar with that style is, then you'll see. And you have your own lime tank here, farm silo here, blah, blah, blah. And you have one field. This is what you start off owning. There's a lot of stuff on this map, including a big coal mine up here, coal processing plant. You do own this coal processing plant under production right here. That is in Russian. Some stuff is. It says coal processing. And that is, yeah, that's up here. We can go up there. I've showed it. I would have gone around the map and showed some of the points. It was here. There's also a huge mine here, and you have to break through the entrance of the mine by breaking through rock to access it. I haven't done that, but I have been up there and seen it. We'll go up there. this is not owned by you. Okay, this here is the cow farm. It doesn't say it's owned by you, but if you go to animals, you do have cow barn, and there's a chicken shed. It's at the house that we're at now. It does say you own this cow barn, but the land you don't, I guess. Oh, the land is kind of split up as you see here, but you own the cow pen. So I thought I'd show you some of this. Currently, yeah, this right here, this is a field I'm currently doing a contract on. And so the fields here are pretty big, as you can see. So this right here, almost 12 hectares, 8 and change hectares. All the fields are kind of between like 8 to 10 hectares, kind of average-ish. They're big fields, which I love working on. Really good paying contracts here. Anyway, so there's kind of around the map. Oh, the bottom corner down here. So this is where all your basic, and we'll go through all this. Store is right. Yeah, right here, vehicle shop. And then here you're going to have all your production points, your basic production points. Like here's preserved food factory. There's the dairy, sugar mill. And this is hard to click because it's right next to a thingy. Grain mill, oil mill, animal dealer, Prodaj Zrnovik. That's grain selling point. Yeah, it just says grain sales. Debris crusher. So this is your basic like town, I guess. Yeah, this would be town. Over here, you got a sawmill. I think this is sawmill right here. Sawmill. These right here, this is gravel and sand kind of quarry place, I guess. I haven't been there, but it says gravel and sand. All right, let's have a look around. And and there is, let's see. So you own this coal processing plant. Up here is a mineral purchase place. Speaking of gravel and sand, this is where you sell stuff like gravel, sand, coal, and such like that up here in the top northwest corner. All right, so we can have a look around the map. So this is a little village. There's a town down in the southeast that I showed you. Here is the starting village. Little Russian feeling village. Now, if I have any criticisms on the map or any thing like that, it's that some bits of it, the map is very big and open. You could say bits of it feel empty-ish, maybe. Use your own judgment as we drive around. I like the color palette. I love the more toned down color palettes like this. Here we are in October. It is quite pretty here in the fall. I assure you, it looks good. When you first start here in August, it looks great. The map has great fog coverage. The water looks beautiful. I don't think everything is FS25 assets necessarily, but use your own judgment. I think the place looks pretty nice. I'm not a map maker myself. I just play a lot of maps. I'm playing here, and normally on my channel, I've only been doing tours of maps that are on the Mod Hub, but I'm just not finding one that suits the way I like to farm, which is really big and open and moving around big machinery. And for me, there's no good American maps. There's only one on the Mod Hub. I'm not a fan of it. I've looked elsewhere, and 90% of the American maps are all 4X, and they're made for multiplayer. So I'm just not finding a good big open map, and so that's why I'm bringing you guys a tour of this here today. I guess first, I'm kind of headed in the direction of the sand and gravel down by the coast here. So let's go check this out, because I'm not sure I've even driven here yet. But there's decent attention made to all the roads and all the places like this. There's no place where there's not bushes, weeds, and flowers and rough off-road places, and I think that is cool. If I said it feels empty, some places feel like there's a lack of detail-ish, maybe. Like here we have a little bulldozer parked, but like your farmyard doesn't have any clutter. I had to place that myself to make it look kind of, you'll see what I mean. So here is big sand and gravel quarries. I haven't worked with this. I guess you're going to have to purchase these to be able to scoop the sand and gravel. This place is actually pretty cool. I see some of it does seem sparse, but it's pretty cool. There's not a lack of detail. I just feel that the map overall feels kind of sparse, but hey, use your own judgment. I love this place though. I'm doing this review even though this is not a map most people would know about. Well, maybe that's why. I like Russian maps and Russian mods, so I keep an eye on stuff like that. So the fields are all kind of arranged in this part of the map here, which, yeah, I'm fine with. They're all in this 2/3 of the map, half the map right here. They're all pretty accessible from each other. They're all pretty big. There's lots of hills, but not like, okay, there's not lots of hills. There's just lots of, like what I mean is this huge field is on one hill. You know, it's a very hilly terrain, but it's not like there's multiple hills within each field. Many of these fields are on hillsides, and many are very, very big. We'll tour through some of those. Let's head north up this road towards our farmyard and then towards our field. Now this is the first of all the map tours I've done on my channel. I believe I usually do them blind, not having played the map. I think this is going to be a little better because I have played this map quite a fair bit. Let's see, how much have I played this map? Statistics. I've played this map 15 hours, so I have a decent idea for where everything's at here, which I guess is a bonus. So here's the little village where you start off. And we're going to go up to your farmyard is right up this road here. I like this kind of aesthetic that you see in towns here. And again, you know, it's not stuff you would ever see in any other map. Russian maps have all their own assets. For instance, the telephone poles here. Pretty much, I always think it's cool when I load into these maps and you just see completely different stuff than you see everywhere else. Different telephone poles, different street signs. Often different traffic, although not here. I think this is all just regular traffic, but Russian maps are usually places where you also see custom traffic and production points, pretty much custom everything. Alright, so up here is your farmyard. Like I said, I placed some clutter around the farmyard itself, so any clutter you see there I placed. I'll show you what I mean. But it's a big open tractor yard, the kind that I like. For instance, we have a big John Deere here with a giant plow, and I'm actually able to pull it in here. So that truck is there. The truck, that's decoration, that's there. All the clutter along the buildings I placed, and that's my equipment there for my farm. But here you have a fuel tank in your farm. As you can see, there's lots of space to park tractors. Up here is your silo. Up here we have a shop to fix your tractors. I believe, yeah, there's a little repair thing in there. This building looks, yeah, a little dated, and that's what you see. Like I said, you know, Russian maps always have these custom assets, but a lot of times they're like kind of dated. I don't make maps. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why. I'm sure there is a reason. I don't know it. I just I recognize a lot of these things from other Russian maps. We're gonna go. So this is this part of your farmyard. There's also kind of a part out here that kind of meanders through the countryside. Here's a bunker silo here. If we, yeah, here it is. There's a road. This road actually connects back to the main road. If you follow this up, this comes off your main driveway. This little trail through the grass here. And this goes out here to this shed here. And where's it at? Oh, there it is. There's it's a lime filling station, which I think is really handy. You have a lime filling station here. And it costs money, but it's just a regular lime filling station, except it's on your property. I think it's very cool. And so back here we have this shed, and this is back here. This is where the cattle farm is at. You saw where you don't own this land, but you do own the cattle shed itself. I think this place is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to stocking this with cattle, but I haven't yet. I just want to have a look. How many cattle does it hold? 60. This cow barn holds 60 cows. I haven't placed anything here. The only, like I said, the only place I placed anything was in the farmyard. I haven't placed anything here, so this is how all of this looks. And yeah, I think it looks really cool. This connects up, whoopsie. This connects up here to this dirt road. This dirt road goes across this bottom row of fields here. I'll show you what I mean. This bottom row of fields, and then there's this top row of fields here. And these fields are all pretty big. You start off owning, I think it's field number 1. It's the one on the end up here. I have planted it with wheat. Yeah, when you start here, you have no vehicles. You own field number 1 up here, and it's not planted. When you start here, this field is fallow. I planted wheat on it myself. So yeah, you start with no vehicles and a barren field, which is right here. And it is, let's see, 2.1 hectares. It's a decent sized field. Yeah, it's a decent sized field. I think this is a really cool map. I'm hesitant to say that it's empty or sparse, though it could feel that way. It's just all out in the country. And here's some of the hills that I speak of. See, it's not several hills, it's just like some of the fields are on a hillside, you know. Up here we have a big forest, which I haven't driven through. There's quite a few forested regions on the map. Here's a big forest up here. Yeah, we're just really out in the boonies here. There is traffic. We haven't run into any yet, but there is traffic. It's on the west side of the map where the town is. We'll see traffic there. I haven't seen any out here. So this goes past these fields here, which is on an even bigger hill, as you can see. These fields are pretty big. I enjoy working them. I think by now, I have worked every one of these fields. I actually just did this plowing contract on this field. I literally just plowed this field. It's like a $20,000 contract. Not bad at all. With our big plow that we have on the farm here, not bad at all. As long as we're here, I'm headed up toward the, I would have showed this briefly at the start of the video, but we're headed up to the mineral sell point. So we'll get up here to the northwest corner of the map, and then what I'll do is I'll reset this vehicle to the shop, which is in the southeast, opposite corner right, and then we'll tour from there and try to hit all the main points. So if you like big open countryside and farming, I haven't seen a lot of other maps that do this, but everyone has their own taste, right? Everyone has their own taste. Not everyone's gonna... That's why I started off saying, hey, this is a Russian map. As far as I know, it's not going to be on any English websites. Not everything on the map is translated, but I don't know how much of an issue that is for anyone. I don't. So here is the mineral sell point. We sell sand, gravel, coal, and some kind of coal byproduct or something here. Let me see if we go to... Yeah, some kind of coal byproduct. Waste, some kind of coal waste thing of some sort. That stuff sells here. And I think it's cool. Like, see, like this, I think this could do with some clutter and some cars parked or something like that. Now, this is version 2.0 of the map. It was released originally. I think this was the first Russian map for FS25. I forget exactly when it released, but this was the first one that appeared on this particular website. And then this got recently updated. I forget exactly when it says, but this is version 2.0. That said, yeah, I feel like there could be some decoration here in this field, this area, but I like it. It's fine. I mean, it can only be so picky. Right, so let's, we're going to reset our tractor down to the southeast corner of the map. All right, so here we are down at the vehicle shop. Now, this place is empty. This place is definitely empty. The only stuff here is my stuff. Well, not those cars. Those cars are here, but that's my harvester, my tractor, some leftover seeds and fertilizer, and an extra seeder that I parked over there. So this is a pretty big empty place. So yeah, your big vehicle shop. It is kind of a shame that it's so empty, but it is what it is. Here it is. Lots of room to park stuff, obviously. And let's kind of head through. So where we're at, obviously, is we're down here in the southeast. We're going to take a tour through all this town here and go up to the coal mine and stuff like that. And by then we will have really seen most of the map and everything. I like all of these production points. I think they look cool. I like the look and the aesthetic here. Here we're going to see traffic. The traffic is not the best. There's actually aspects in which I like this traffic better than traffic on even the regular maps, actually. Look, I don't make maps. I don't know how this stuff works. But for instance, on Riverbend Springs, which is a default map with the game, when the traffic comes up behind you and tries to pass you, it always like glitches out and then doesn't pass you, and then it's really annoying. For what it's worth, here the traffic always actually does function and pass you, and it doesn't even do that in Riverbend Springs. See, for whatever reason, the traffic here actually works. It is a little janky sometimes in the distance. Sometimes you see that jank through the road a bit. It's not perfect, but at least that aspect is actually better than Riverbend Springs. Don't ask me why. I don't make maps. But yeah, so it's got traffic here on the main road in town. We head down far to the south. I love these beautiful, like, industrial-looking production points. I think it looks really, really cool. Everything looks really old and weathered and used. And yeah, not the highest resolution models and everything. Like I said, the thing with Russian maps is you always have these really custom models, but they're not always current assets. Look, again, I don't know where they get their stuff from. Look, I don't know. I don't make maps. I'm just showing you guys around. And that's why, like, when I judge Russian stuff, I tend to kind of judge it differently, but that's because there are different standards. Like I said, on the high end, they could be way higher. They put way more work and quality in a lot of the stuff. On the other hand, so there's a lot of reusing of older assets, like I said. That's my personal opinion, just from seeing a lot of the stuff. Right, so these production points, this over here is either I think this is the bakery or something. Yeah, this is the bakery. And so you got a little custom bakery here. Yeah. And if we go up the road, I believe the next thing up the road is the dairy. I was gonna take a shortcut. This will probably, well, yeah, let's take a shortcut. So here's the space in between these, and so if you look at the space in between these, what is up with this farmland? You could buy the farmland in between these. It's not cheap, but it is purchasable, so there is that. You could buy this land in between here. So even though these are basic, production points, they're not the default ones. They're all custom Russian ones. Yeah, my bad. This is not... Well, I looked at that sign and I was like, doesn't say milk. No, this is the Preserved Food Factory. That is a word I do not know. But yeah, here we go. Konservny Zavod. Preserved Food Factory is here. And so... Up here... We have... Oh, this is that grain elevator. Yeah. This is just a grain sell point. I think it looks very cool. I like the look of this place. And so we're going to have, these production points and everything. Like, you look at it on the map, I think it looks different than how you expect to see it. Because I look at the map and I see sugar mill, dairy, bakery. And in my head, I'm picturing the default farming simulator ones. But then you come here and no, they're all these cool custom places. So it doesn't look the way you expect it to look. This would be by the picture of the cow, this would be the dairy place. Yeah, Moloko. This is the dairy. I love the looks of all these places. Oh, here we have some, great little Soviet block apartments over here. Little houses. Which reminds me, there are collectibles here. I keep meaning, I haven't found any of the collectibles yet. I don't know what they look like or where they're at. I keep meaning to check these apartments. It seems like there might be a place where there's collectibles here, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, there's some apartments here on the edge of the town. I actually haven't even driven in this parking lot. I've driven past it several times. Haven't stopped by. But there's a cool aesthetic here. Yeah, there is. And the place is not sparse or empty. There's people, there's picnic benches, and there's cars. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the place really isn't. Some places the map feel kind of empty, like those huge empty parking lots, but then some places not so much. And then here we have the oil mill. Yeah, big place. Up here we have a fuel station, and we're going to head up to the coal processing, which is quite a drive. This map feels really big. It's a regular size map, but it feels really, really big to me. Here is your little fuel station. I like it. I like the fuel station. It's very cool. Up here, I'm actually not sure what this is. What is this up here? Oh, this is that place that I clicked. It was hard to click. What was it? There we go. Grain mill. Yeah, it's really hard to click because it's right by the number 20. So every time you click it, you get that. I think even if I was using my controller, I think it'd be the same. Whoops! I don't want to buy the land. Yeah, it's hard to click because it's right there. But anyway, this is the grain mill up here. We're right here, so we may as well have a look at this place. I like the grass on this map. I like the grass. Some places along the road here, it has this lighter grass mixed with it, which looks a little off. But it's only in some places. I noticed it here, and there's one place over by your farm where it's like that. But 99.9% of the map has this grass, and I like this grass. Yeah, I like it. I like the darker colors. I do not like the maps that have the... I've said this before. I don't like the maps with the bright yellowish green look. I like more darker, cozier greens like this. So here's the grain mill. I think it's a very cool looking place. Yeah, places like this, though, I think this place could use some decoration here, some clutter, and maybe some trucks parked or something, but very cool looking place. Now let's head up to the coal factory, or the whole place. It is a whole place, and a mine and everything. So we're going to head back to the main road over here. It's got a huge mine and a huge wall of rocks that you can break through into it. I want to say that I went in there, but I'm not sure how I got in there because I definitely didn't take a rock breaker up there. We'll see. It's going to be a long drive, so you know what? Let's pull over here. Shut the tractor down. Because it's a very, very long drive. Up here, around up here. Yeah, it's a regular size map, but it feels much larger than it is, but it's a regular size. So let's visit up here. I'm probably going to wish we had a car, but we can always get it. We can we can fly. I could fly if I had to. I like driving around the map on a tractor because it feels immersive. So here's the coal processing plant. Here we got ambient sound effects, which I really like. We got vehicles sitting here running. This place is pretty cool. Again, yeah, these are older assets. These are not FS25 super high-res things. I never had an issue with that, but like I said, everyone has their own thing. But the place is very, very cool. All right, so here we can use this to get around faster. I prefer to drive around with a tractor is all. So here's the coal processing plant. Pretty big. I want to check out the mine, which is... Okay, so this is one place where the map has a bit of... because the map author here has created a big... It's not just a hill that looks like a mine. It actually has a mine in it. And so they've had to shield it with these huge rocks, I guess. Like, okay, so your farm is over here. When you're coming across this bridge here... Let me go down altitude a little bit. When you're coming across this bridge toward the west part of the map, these rocks kind of... Yeah, the way they pop in a little janky, a little bit, but it's probably just a consequence of having these huge rocks. There's these huge rocks here because there's an actual mine. Huge gaping chasm of a mine inside you can go into. And that's just how it is. That's how this map is. So, here, let me turn flight mode off so we can just run up here like regular. So this is what you see when you come up to the entrance of the mine. Here's all these rocks that you have to break through. And yeah, I think I know how I got in there. I think you can just we have flight mode on, so we can. Oh, did I turn it off? Yeah, I did. We can just skip in here like so. There we go. All right. So this is inside the coal mine. So when you break through that with a rock breaker, you come in here, and here's a cool coal mine. So I think the mine looks it looks how it looks from the outside. I don't know. But when you come inside, you have this big, huge coal mine. I've actually never been this far in here. I only peeked in to see what it looked like. I don't know how any of this works. I haven't used any of this. Russian maps were always big on production of stuff before there even was production. Even in FS19, before the game had production, a lot of maps, don't get me wrong, a lot of maps in FS19 had production via mods. But Russian maps, every Russian map had production. It was a regular thing on Russian maps before it was regular anywhere else. And they've always had, like, generally the hallmarks were like smoked meat production, caviar production, beer, I think sometimes, and stuff like this is very common to see. But stuff like this is common on a lot of maps. Don't get me wrong, it's common on a lot of maps. I'm just saying it's very common with Russian maps to see stuff that's not normalized in the game yet. Whatever it is what it is. So I haven't tried this yet. The coal and stuff. All right, so I think that is that's it. That's a pretty decent tour of the map Donskoy Krai. I haven't even been down here myself yet. Let's actually, drat. Let's go check this place out. This is the sawmill here. Haven't been here myself yet, but it's what you'd expect. It's a sawmill on an island surrounded by a forest. So I'll have a link in the description down below where I downloaded this map from. I have looked, and I have there's one reliable place I go to download mods, and that is kingmods.net. It's reliable. I understand that sometimes they slack on their moderation, but generally King Mods is known for being well moderated and not having unauthorized mods on it. That place is good. However, this map is not there. I searched. The only place I found it is on the link I have down below at modfarm.ru. It's a Russian site. You could right-click and translate to English. Anything I forgot to mention, I'll have down in the comments below, or sorry, the description down below. I wanted to feature this. There's two, as of now, there's two Russian maps. It's this one, and there's, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Polyev, yeah, something like that. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. It's the only other one. This one is far superior in my opinion. This is the one that I've been using, and I've farmed on every single map I've seen for Farming Simulator 25 so far. All the ones in the Mod Hub, which I have tours of, and many of the other ones that are not on the Mod Hub, I have checked out as well. And most of them all have big problems. So one thing about this map, I haven't found any problems yet. There's no issues on this map that I've seen. I haven't run into anything in 15 hours. I haven't run into anything. That's more than I can say for even the maps on the Mod Hub. Which reminds me, actually, as I make this, Calmsden Farm on the Mod Hub is one that I was really liking off the start, but I had a lot of issues with it. Well, it just got updated today. Like this morning, Calmsden Farm got updated. Maybe I'll have a video on that. But yeah, even the maps on the Mod Hub I've had issues with. I don't think I've had any issues with this one. So take all of that as you will. I've been farming here. Every time I farm on a different map, I encounter some issue or something, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go back to the Dawn region because this place is really chill to farm in. And for whatever reason, I haven't had any issues, even with all my mods. At least not yet. I can't think of anything I've run into. Yeah, that's about all I can think to say here. I like all the custom different production points, things like that. Things that you don't see everywhere all the time. I can't think of anything else to say. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you're subscribed and click the notification bell so you can see when new videos are coming out. I do plan to do some more videos maybe on Russian mods or maps here or there because some of the stuff is really good. Some of the stuff I use a lot, like this tractor. You guys have seen it in pretty much all my farms. I like a lot of the stuff, but also I am doing tours of all the maps that come out on the Mod Hub, and there's other things on the channel as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.